this is John from Desk App, and this is Desk Dev Docs episode 10. And I think that's pretty neat that I've actually done 10 of these things. I'm not sure if they've been entirely useful, but I think they've been healthy for me, at least as a point of retrospection, introspection perhaps, and an opportunity for me to review things that have happened over the course of the development. Version 1.1 was released yesterday. Was about a 10-11 day time delay between submitting the app to the store and then passing the review process and then being uploaded to your devices and machines. And that was because there was a blackout period, and that was my fault. I shouldn't got that binary in a little bit sooner. I missed the cutoff by I think about a day, so we had to wait through the blackout period. But this year for me, in terms of being an app developer, a Mac app developer, and has been one of very intense learning. Intense and yet subtle, I guess, at the same time. I'm not sure if that combination makes a lot of sense. But I've been a developer for a while, and I haven't had a significant Mac app to manage, to create, to develop, and to maintain. So that's been neat. That's been kind of a new adventure for me. But I think the particular thing that I've been thinking about as we kind of close out 2014 is that I've been constantly learning about how to do better development, to create better product. And I think part of that process is learning how to pace myself well, so I don't get burnt out, so I don't lose interest, so that the necessary things get done when they need to get done, and that I can learn to prioritize those things. So one of the things that I want to encourage you as you kind of work on your own projects is, you're going to be in the nitty-gritty and the in the weeds, so to speak, all the time. But if there are periods and opportunities for you to take a step back, to review how things have been going, I think what will happen is you'll see that kind of a natural thing that has occurred over that period is that you're learning to pace yourself. You're discovering, if you will, the pace that makes the most sense for this particular project. And for me with Desk, it's been neat to see how it's kind of organically or naturally landed. For instance, I do most of my development at night. I have been doing that fairly consistently for most of my life. I like doing a lot of my serious development in the evening and then at night and then early morning. But then handling emails and triaging bugs and kind of capturing that information from email and Twitter and all the other social networks, that happens throughout the day. Or at least the collection, but then the management of those things happen around lunchtime for me. And I don't know why that worked out that way, but it's a period where I can kind of do whatever I want, eat lunch, but I can quickly kind of manage those things. And that's a good pace for me. I think, a little before or during or after lunch makes sense for me. And then handling my writing for the actual blog is in the morning. I've done most of my writing and do most of my writing in the morning for as long as I can remember, and that has paced really well. I'm not sure how many hours I've spent though over the last 2 months or 60 days, if you will, from launch till now. But in terms of development, I've spent just south of about 200 hours. From version 1.0 to version 1.1, about 190, 200 hours or something. And that feels good. That doesn't feel rushed. That doesn't feel like I went too long. I took too long to get an update out. Now, can I do a .x release every 60 days? I'm not sure. That's something for me to discover this coming year, is whether that pace makes sense, whether it should be shorter, whether the iterations could be longer or the release cycles could be longer. I think that's something I'm really excited to discover this year, is kind of what that might look like. All that to say is, I think an important process for you and for I to consider and to think about is pacing. Is how do you discover the pace that makes the most sense for you and your side project, and to massage it, to change it, to edit it, if you will, when things don't feel so good. The goal is to remove burnout, or to reduce the chance of burnout, and so that you can continue to do your best work and stay motivated and interested in what you're doing. So hopefully that's helpful. It's probably a little bit more rambling than I had hoped it would be, but I hope that you can discover your pace for whatever you're working on, and that you continue to refine your processes as you do your best work. So hope you guys are having a great rest of the week. You guys had a great Christmas. Hope you guys have a great New Year's, and I will see you in 2015. Yikes.